Yo, you already know what it is, man. We back with another one. It's your boy, man. John Smith, your great one, not the fake one, man. At this point, part 7, man. Today we got some interesting topics, man. I got my boy with me, man, my big cousin, man. Always got a great perspective on whatever I call him about, so I had to get him on today. This is my guy right here, man. When I'm at college bored, when I was living by myself, man, I call this nigga, we talk for hours. Like I said, he always got a good perspective, so I had to have him on today, man. But before we get into it, shout out to our sponsor, Apparel Zone Inc. You already know what it is. But today, man, we got the big one, man. The biggest, Double O, man. How you feeling, brother?
Yeah, I'm feeling great, man. You know.
All right.
Day by day, you already know.
There's a lot of shit been going on. I don't know if you've been in tune to the YouTube world and shit, but I just want to get your perspective on this first because we got a lot of guys coming out telling crazy stories, man. Shout out to my boy Loose, Free Loose, but, you know, he came on the pod, told some stories. You know what I mean? Keefy D came out, been telling stories. Like how he just got indicted for Pac at 60 years old. And I talked about this on the last pod, but how do you feel about, and I'm not even going to just single them guys out because shit, Brick Baby, shit, it ain't just Cali niggas either. Shit, niggas everywhere. How you feel in general about street niggas going on podcasts telling old stories?
All right, so me, honestly, I feel like at this point in time, to really live life that you really want to live and stay here with your family, you can't put nothing on the socials. Like you got to stay off these socials because it ain't like back in the day where it wasn't a million cameras, when everybody wasn't listening. Every little thing people posting and reacting off what you're saying. So even if you lying about something, it's still gonna come up. You feel me? So with people going on podcasts and all these type of stuff, saying crazy stuff for clout, it's like, especially like you over a certain age, like you over your young 20s, you mid 20s and up, and you on podcasts talking about street stuff online. I'm like, yeah, you want to go to jail at this point in time? You ready to go? Just throw the cuffs on me. You said throw away the key.
Now, but what's even more wild in your perspective, dude? Going on these podcasts talking about it live, or like you look at Chicago, how King Von and them was winging on their Twitter, like, I'm gonna come get you tonight, just caught 4 hats, shit like that. What you think?
That's way worse. I'm gonna say that's definitely way worse. But when I go back in time, shit, around that time, I was like a freshman in high school, 8th grade or whatever, maybe a little younger. They was fresh. They was maybe sophomores in high school, just getting to high school. So these was kids doing this. So they didn't understand the consequences that came with telling on yourself and doing all this stuff and doing, like, I'm gonna speak for Jersey in general, right? Back before the Chicago stuff, you wouldn't really hear dudes dissing people in songs unless it was just rap beef. So you know when y'all seen each other, it could get to something, but it ain't gonna get to nothing too crazy because you never gonna give the people up here no leads. That's one thing you don't do. That's like street code. You don't give the cops no leads. If you really gonna do something, or if you're really doing something, you can't give them no leads. So you always gotta. That's why it used to be like people getting backdoor. That's where the backdoor name came from, because if you front door in the streets know what's up. We know we beefing. Why the cops gotta know we beefing? Why social media gotta know we beefing? You feel me? So the streets already know. The streets, what's understood don't gotta be explained. So when they putting it out there, it's like this new day and age. It's like it's weird, especially like if you grown and you doing it. Like when King Von and them, they was kids, so they ain't know no better. They ain't understand the consequences. A lot of their murders and stuff was going unsolved, which it probably was in a bunch of different cities, but they just felt untouchable at that time because nobody getting picked up for murders, because by the time you get picked up for a murder, you probably already got killed. So all they know was my people's dying and we out here killing. That's all they know. So they wasn't thinking about getting caught. Now when you grown, you older, you doing it and you really living this life, and you think them people ain't getting up with you? Come on, man. Like if you put it out there, you antagonizing them. You don't antagonize the government or the higher ups or whatever you want to speak, whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to call them, the feds or whatever. You can't antagonize them. You can't play in their face. If you're doing something, you got to be straight, what's the name, mafia about it. Can't break the code of silence. You don't want to give no leads. You don't want to be too messy.
So now talking about leads, how you feel about, right? Because you see this whole thing with the 600 and whack 100, how big you just got indicted, right? They brought up something that was unknown at first, but it was already on the internet. If it's on the internet, do you feel like it should be talked about if it's open, or no? Leave that shit alone still.
Man.
Everything that's on the internet shouldn't be talked about.
Anything on the internet shouldn't be talked about. Your lawyer gonna tell you. Anything that's, don't talk about nothing. If you fighting a case and somebody asks you a certain question on the interview, don't next question.
But now, like, because they was posting about this shit, do you feel like that's police work? Another nigga talking about some shit that ain't been out yet, even though it's on the internet?
For sure, because they backing you against the wall to telling you so. Which you could say it's not snitching, and it's snitching, and you in some way or some form, you dry snitching. You telling some shit. You telling something I would never say unless you exposing them as a snitch. That's the only way you could be credible for doing that. If you helping out, okay, he telling on somebody. But if he not telling, and ain't no proof he telling, you trying to back him against the wall, you being funny about it, then you working for the people too.
So it can't be considered a warning because they saying it was a warning in Big U. It can't be looked at as a warning because they wasn't going about it too harshly to where they like, come get this nigga, he did this and that. But they were saying like, they warn him like, bro, they got your fingerprints, feel me? Go hand, like shit like that. What do you think? That's what is can be looked at.
Social media, when you could find somebody that knows somebody to get in contact with, I feel like, man, they know what they was doing. They did exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted reactions. Nowadays, we live in a time dudes that do anything for money, even if it's going to send them to jail or devalue them as a man or whatever.
So now, do you blame the podcasters for getting on? Because sometimes these guys ask these questions, and sometimes it's just brought up in the haps of like talking.
I'm not going to say I blame the podcasters, but I know the podcasters play a part with it because they're messy. You could tell by the certain questions they ask, and I just be sitting there and watching like. But on the other flip side, dudes really want to show that they really that, and they don't. Sometimes you feel untouchable, like, yo, I'll never get caught. Like probably like a dude like Big U probably felt like he'd never get caught for nothing. Man. I'm too high in status to get caught. You feel me? Like ARAB, one of my favorite rappers. You feel me? You see all his interviews. He really talking about stuff he lived, and I liked him for that. But I didn't. One thing I didn't like, he was too gossipy. He was doing too much when he didn't have to. Your name rung bells already. If you really like that, your name gonna ring bells. That's why, like back in the day, it wasn't no podcast. It was none of that. It was either you was like that in the streets or you wasn't. Simple as that.
But they also didn't have the technology we had. They was doing diss tracks. Like only the New York guys was being subliminal. But you think if they had this, they wouldn't do this? Because like we said, a lot of them is coming out telling stories. You think they wouldn't have podcasted if they had it back then?
I mean, yes, they would have. They definitely would have podcasted because it was going.
And you don't think they would have? Because you got to think back then they was also these niggas. A lot of them was known to let their nuts hang, like boast about their shit. So you don't think they would have been hot on their podcast, or if they had Twitter and shit like that?
That's a good question. See, yeah, I didn't even look at it from that point, from that perspective.
Because listen to the rap songs. It ain't. Well, I walk them down and I hear the nigga breathing when I walk them over and shit like that, like these new niggas. But it's still a little direct shit.
Honestly, maybe you're right.
So, all right, listen, like how my bad cut you off, but like, look how Pop talked about Biggie on Hit Him Up. You think he wouldn't have went on the podcast and won about that, or Twitter? OnlyFans out. He wouldn't like, you know what I mean?
Nah. You got a point. You know what it really started at, and you just made a good point. It really started with the older guys. Because the older guys, they boast and they brag about certain things that they did in the past when times was different. Like they talk about them being a murderer. Can you murder somebody in 2025 and let your nuts hang?
No.
Or you like, I got a family, You gonna start thinking about more shit when you see that eye in the sky watching. Back in the day, there really wasn't no cameras. You be in a project somewhere, ain't no cameras. So you on the back street somewhere, no cameras. Nowadays, like, look at K Flock, for example. He really wasn't in the wrong because the nigga was on his ass and he had to do it, man. You feel me? On camera. In fashion, like he said in his song, in fashion. I bet I still up it. He was on that. You feel me?
Down the jeans.
They said they recognized him from his shoes because they just got released. Or they was They haven't been released yet
Mhm.
at the time. You feel me? Fresh out the barbershop, so you on a million cameras. You know how many stories went like that, but there wasn't no cameras.
Mhm.
So old heads is telling us young guys, or not even me, because I'm older now, but younger guys, stories that y'all ain't living the same life experiences. So it's kids still stuck in the old ways when you gotta move in time.
Yeah.
It's really people out here that's really doing murders and not trying to get away with it. And that shit is like, it's like fucking, I don't, what word can I even say? Like, I can't even describe it because it's like, yo,
stupid with two O's.
Worse than that, because you willingly, especially if you shot somebody and then you want a video with guns and da. I'm gonna speak for rappers, but not to get off topic. Okay, yeah,
look at this, right? So like, no, but just still on topic because the yellow, or allegedly the Mo3 shit, right? So we talk about boasting. Peep how Rainwater manipulated them to boast about what they did because, like they said, Yella known as the fly nigga, like Yella B's known as the fly nigga, the fly guy, all that shit, right? So is Trap Boy Freddy, Playboy, you know what I mean? Got the girls and shit. But now Rainwater would go on interviews, and when they asked him about Mo3, like, you think Yella has something to do with that shit? He be like, nah, that's some baby mama shit, right? So him saying that on every interview when they thinking big, right? They getting big, is making these niggas like, nah, we did that. They want to take credit for it. So now they dropping songs about it and shit. Like, I don't know if you heard Trap Boy Freddy song, but he clearly dropped a song about the situation. And then you got to think his shooter, like we said, was on camera with the pole, with the money. Dumbass got the murder vehicle in the back. But I like.
So a situation like that, like, okay, murder come with 25 to life. If you take the first offer, 25 to life. Well, I know at least out here. So if you're willing to take that, if it's worth what you're doing, going online boasting, then hey, take the 25. I know one thing I know about this, right? All that going in and out of jail, you will never have a relationship that lasts. I don't care what nobody say. You can't have a relationship that lasts while you're in jail.
With your kids or nobody?
Nobody. I don't care if you're doing 2 years, 5 years, 7 years. Now, you can talk to your kids, you can speak to your kids, but everyone ain't going to be all your kids ain't going to be as open as others might be. You feel me? Because they moms in their ear, manipulating them. It's all type of stuff. Oh, nah, this your dad, or your dad was never there. You feel me? So, at the end of the day, man, people want to boast over something that don't matter. Now, I ain't telling people don't stand on business and don't handle your handle because you always got to do that. That's number one. Don't let nobody disrespect you. But you got to know.
But wait, even when you got millions and you chilling?
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Millions, it'll change you, but it can't change you. It can't change you on certain aspects. Like, it could turn you up some more. Because now you might feel like, they'll never catch me. I got lawyer fees. I was doing this when I had $500 in my pocket. So imagine what I'd do with 200K in my pocket right now.
They'll never catch you in 2025. It's crazy because we see what's going on. I don't care how big your bag is. Nobody's getting away with these shit. You see Dirk, you see Yella, allegedly.
You don't get away with it, but you could get away with it. Meaning they know you did it. Cops know, bro. The government, I'm gonna tell you this, right? The government, the cops, they know everything we do. That's why it's Google Maps? Yeah. No matter what street or block you on or whatever, they know if you got your iPhone on you, they knew you was in that area. You got something to do with it.
You seen how big you triangled himself? Well, allegedly.
What they said?
He picked him up from the studio, right? Boom, turned his phone off. Then did the thing and happened to turn his phone on and such after. But they doing this, how strategic they are with his shit. They doing the time he can get from the studio to this place, and they're like, oh, this 17 minutes, but without traffic, it'll be 15.
No, that's how they do it.
And all that type of shit.
Yeah. Okay, so you going to...
And then, wait, hold on. Another triangle. Listen to this triangle, because this triangle...
You basically saying it's getting worse.
This triangle is worse than Big U's. I don't care. I got to say it. These niggas from Chicago, to me, this is like this... You go out to Chicago. You go out to Cali. It's 70 degrees weather. You buy skis out there. You ain't buy skis before you got to Chicago. But then they get a up-to-date rental car, some shit 2024. not 2024. Whenever that year was, they did that shit. 2022, whatever, right? Getting the 2022 rental car. You putting your address in the car. They got the address to everywhere they went with the ski mask. Then over here, because they was stalking Quando all day. Then they went going to the whole. They got every address they went to. They in Cali, they don't know where they're going. So they got their whole low from the rental car, and then you leave the same day. Like I said, you go out there and buy skis in 70-degree weather. How you feel about the game plans and like just the shit that they got going on?
What I learned, right? It's harder game plan than murder. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, you gotta think. What we just said. Nobody getting away with it in 2025, for real. But the ones that can, the older guys, the ones that can, that still doing what they gotta do and without getting caught, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta do zero talking on the phone.
Never talk on the phone. I'm not trying to give nobody no type of guideline or nothing, but I know sure.
We just trying to figure out what you think about the dumb shit they doing.
I ain't talking on the phone.
Like the triangle.
I'm not talking on the phone. I'm not bringing the phone. You gotta scope out the scene where you need to go in and out. You gotta do that with your phone probably. But whenever you go back, it can't be with no phone. I won't say don't go the same day. That's not smart. So phones, better not bring no phone. Don't bring a rental car, a Tesla. Tesla got cameras on them. A rental car, you think don't got no tracker?
New shit.
Bring a tracker if you want to. They gonna know you went to the gas station after y'all did it. Then you went back to the hotel. Then you left the hotel. The next morning, y'all went to IHOP. Yeah. And they got y'all on camera now because you used a car with a tracker on it. So that means you got to get a different car if you're gonna take a car.
But then you hear about this shit, the paperwork and all this shit coming out. How you feel about the extortion game the Cali guys out there playing?
They've been doing it since forever. And I don't know if Suge started it. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. It might have been before him, but they extort people everywhere. That's what I'm gonna say. They happen everywhere. So it's not just Cali. Cali's one of the biggest states. And then LA is good weather all year round. So it's never a bad time to go. You feel me? So now you travel to LA where it's supposed to be the gang mecca, you know. It's 1 million gangs. That's how they live life. So that's part of their lifestyle. That part of their money. Like if you go to what's the name, right? If you go to DR tomorrow, it's gonna be a little kid out there trying to sell you some clothes because that's his hustle every day. That's how he live his life. He know you're not from here. It's the same thing for a dude from Cali. You fly in there, you know you're not from there. They know you're not from there. They don't even gotta ask you like where you from, even though they asking anyway. They can tell probably by your walk, by your demeanor, by the way you looking, like you ain't never been over here. Or a Cali dude who not supposed to be on that block gonna be on some scary. He gonna be scary in a way too, but he gonna be like, yo, I hope I don't see one of my enemies. Where you gonna be like, I hope I don't see nobody. They're gonna be able to determine that different look. You feel me? So they already know, man. Like when you, that's how they eating.
Cause you've been on the West Coast. I've never been over there.
That's how they eating. For real. That's how they eat. Out of town to come to the town, sweet. How you, man?
You think he was in Nip pockets?
Some way, somehow, of course. Until Nip maybe didn't want him to be, and even when he didn't want him to be, he still was. So he was gonna see money off Nip regardless, unless Nip was gonna be able to get himself out of a certain contract or something.
Because with these allegedly claims coming out, they saying what would even make him want to do what they saying he did? How he know about, you know what I mean?
So I'm gonna say this, right? They might say that just because the way everything played out, and then them not seeing eye to eye, it was like all bad timing. No matter how much they could say how cool they were or how much they didn't, everybody felt like it wasn't that. And people from LA already knew the 60s was divided. So
even though they had a fight, like they said Sam let that thing off. Fats put you on his pockets.
Yeah, that's going against the code. Meaning.
So now that you're doing that to the big homie, you think Nip felt like he was bigger than the program? Being that he had his all money in thing and he was doing his thing?
I think Nip felt like I'm smarter than these niggas.
Definitely.
He felt like he was smarter than them, which could make it seem as if you're bigger than the program. So him feeling like he was smarter might, the way a person from the outside looking in or a dude from the side that's like, oh, he better than us. Because Nip thinking it's smarter.
But they said Nip was still like even with that situation, Nip was still gonna get in the car. He still listened. It's just the kids will pull up. Now they see this big rapper, so you can't help that he's getting extra love shown to him. That's not him thinking he's bigger than the shit. It's just he naturally is bigger than the shit, low key.
Me personally, I'm not gonna actually say I think Nip will get in the car. Have you gotten in the car before?
They said he did though. But they said Black Sam pulled him out like, nah, you're not taking my brother nowhere. Nah, for real, that's the story.
So you can't be in a gang then.
But they said that this whole time, because Black Sam is Nip older brother.
Yeah.
He been saying his whole he not a gangbanger. So he probably he always at the end of the day is still my little brother, nigga. Nah, we ain't doing that. He's not in no gang. So he's looking at it like,
once you in the gang, it's none of that though.
That's your big brother?
That's your big brother. Yeah, pretty much. Like
Big U is big brother.
You put yourself under somebody. You take an order now. Once you join the gang, you take an order some way, somehow. Which it might not be a bad thing all the time, but sometimes it is, depending on who's leading you. So Nick knew what he was doing. I ain't gonna say he knew what he was doing because he was young, but you know what come with gangs. There's no surprise. He knew what come with it. So he knew what came with the lifestyle. So the way it went, it fucked me up. I felt some type of way, but how could I feel some type of way when that's the way he wanted to go out?
Do you think he really called Eric a snitch?
Nah, I don't believe it. What I really think he might have said, like, yo, because personally, the way you will handle that, anybody you love, you never want, I ain't gonna say love. Anybody you fuck with enough, you don't want them to be labeled a snitch. Like you want to hear all the details, like, yo, damn, bro, niggas trying to say your shit ain't good out here, bro. Like, what's going on? I don't think Nip would say anything more than that.
Because you're right. Because the word disrespectful, but even the thought of it, you don't think that was maybe even
the thought of it? Nah, because you never know. Nobody know. You never know.
But you don't feel like
they paranoid.
All right, so even if he did say that, you don't feel like he was in a spot where he was too big to be asking about shit like that?
Nah, because he was still a rolling 60. So he never put his flag down and never said I was not this. He never said I'm not part of that. You never heard Nip say that. He let that be known everywhere he went. So Nip was active at that time. And just because you active don't mean being active don't mean you out here shooting at little kids, you shooting up projects, you doing shootings on a daily. You don't gotta shoot nobody if you active.
Yeah.
That just means if somebody approach you, yo, where you from? You a so-and-so? Oh, we gotta get down, or this and that. And you gotta be ready to defend yourself.
But bro, right? Like the rapper try you know how people was looking at that, like, bro, I can't let this nigga get off. He, like, bro, you know what I mean?
What you mean? Like
it's hard to let when you really that in the streets. Yeah. I'm not saying it wasn't, but when you really doing this shit and he the rapper of the group, like, because you know how niggas look at the rappers sometimes. Like, I can't let him stun on me. So it's gonna be extra. You don't think he should have known that every fade he get into since he get big, anytime he try to step out or still into the street lane, is gonna be a little extra for him, being that he got clout to his name.
100%, but you can't fake it though. You once you're already in it, you can't fake it. You can't be like, sometimes I'm this, sometimes I'm that. When you jumped in, you jumped in. So Nip had to take everything that came with it, which it came with that. You feel me? So the kids could see what it came with. And he did everything he could do right. You feel me? Thinking he was doing the right thing. Call it, man. People will find any reason to try to put you to sleep. Meaning, like, I'm gonna speak on the Alpo situation.
Mm-hmm.
His man had 30 bricks. He said he lied to him about a number. Yo, even with a situation like that, the way I would feel about my man, I love him so much, I'll be like, yo, bro, don't ever come around me ever again. It's not gonna tell me shoot him in his face right here and kill him. Nah, that's some shit you was thinking before you came here. You thought about this.
But with that, did you also hear that he been lying to him and shit like that? Like he tested him and that everything?
That Nick was testing him?
No, you said Alpo. You brought up the Alpo.
Oh, yeah. You said that he was what?
Alpo was testing Rich Porter.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He gave him 3 tests. He said third one he striked out.
Yeah, he said he asked him. What I heard was he asked him the same question.
All right, but
like, yo, you sure you got the bricks from this? And like, all right, okay.
But then how grimy was that? Because now I get on with your mans. I'm getting it from him. I'm still getting it from him, but now I'm treating him like we don't know you. I'm charging you this nigga price. This really your man's though. Y'all put us together. How do I have the right to charge you something? You know what I mean?
I ain't gonna lie. Like in the game that they was in,
yeah, it was greedy.
Your plug was your plug, and your peoples had to respect that.
But he put him on. He put Alpo onto that plug. That was Mitch plug first.
You said that was Mitch plug?
Yeah, that was Rich Porter. Well, that was Alpo plug 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And then he put Rich on.
Okay.
And then Rich started taxing him from his plug.
So how he allowed him to tax him from his
because he was in a different state though. So he was doing middleman shit like
okay.
When I get these to Alpo when you see him, but he not telling them it's from him. He thinking it's from somebody else. But he know it's from him because he got a triangle on the shit.
Okay. The only person who ever confirmed that story was him.
Mm-hmm.
He don't got enough people on his side going with that story.
Mm-hmm.
So
but that's only a 3-person story.
So
one of them dead, one told it. So and the other one really wouldn't know.
Yeah. So what I can say is it's possible he was trying to get over on him, but I feel like Alpo already had that in his mind, man. Like even if your man getting over lying to you like that, it's like. Yeah, it's over a lot of money, but he was getting a lot of money at the same time. So, was it worth you going to jail for?
And that's the thing.
Was it worth his life?
Is that really your man's though? Because in the movie or even real life, they never said they grew up as kids together. They linked up in jail.
That's
and
the
niggas
problem.
always switch on each other. Even we seeing it today now. Niggas still switching on each other. I hire you to go do this, and you're telling me, and I'm giving you. So it's the same situation. History always repeats itself. So.
Now you what you saying is right. Like dudes go to jail and like, if my brother, just because y'all went through hard times together don't mean he won't backdoor you. That's what they don't understand.
Who knows if they even had a 10-year running going?
He could have real talk.
How long you think it is before you could trust a new nigga that come around? Can you even trust a new nigga? Like being that the world is so crazy nowadays, do you base it off genuine vibes or like how would you go about situations like that when you meet somebody new? And they seem real, but you know what I mean? You never really know till it hit the fan.
You really never know till it hit the fan, but you got to see everybody's character for what it is. Dudes always going to talk themselves into what they are or how they feel or who, like, it's going to show who they are as a person at the end of the day. Just off of being around them, the way his conversations go, the way he might interact with women, the way he might interact with other people. Is he a hater? Is he the jealous type? Is he, do he talk too much? Do he not talk enough? Do he be laid back? Do he be funny to other people when he around you? All that play, like it all factor into one to where you be like, I can trust this dude or I can't trust him. And then, go through certain situations. Some people would take very serious situations to find that out. And sometimes that ain't always good, to be real.
Definitely. You do not want to get in this. See, to me, like that's why I say, like, you just do anything, you just do it by yourself. Nah, for real, because you don't really know who you could. You know what I mean? Because then it's even like with the people you grew up with. You got to think that's also a forced relationship. That ain't. Is it really genuine?
So I don't care if we knew each other for 20 years. That ain't gonna make me be like, yo, you my man. I could have met a nigga 3 years ago and I can see what type of person he is and how he interact with his people. I'm like, yo, this is a genuine nigga. He want the best for me. So all that super day one shit don't matter to me. Like I know who that day one shit might not mean nothing, and sometimes it do. You feel me? You gotta know who family and who not. Everybody from where you grew up, your block, wherever you from, they ain't all day ones. You feel me? Your day one might be a nigga you just met and he just want to see you win. And he put you on game. You like, damn, this nigga's really genuine. Like he want to see us. He want to see me win.
Mm-hmm. Now, could you also think fishy of a nigga that's coming around doing too much? Like, oh, like, would you ever think like maybe a backdoor coming? Would you ever get that back in mind?
Of course. You always gonna feel like a dude who too friendly. Like you always gonna, if you're not a friendly dude, you always gonna feel some type of way about it. Like, yo, it's uncomfortable to you because it's like, yo, why is he trying to be my friend so hard? Like, why are you trying to impress me so much? Like, you gonna think of him like a goofy a little bit. You feel me? So you ain't gonna never really just trust him like that. But you just never know who they are until you know. You feel me? Till you like really get around them, really get to know them. But yeah, that's gonna rub you the wrong way for sure. I mean, I know me personally, it will.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like I would say, you can go, like even me, for instance, Feast, that's almost like Ja to me in a way, but I haven't even known him as long as Ja, but certain shit that you do with niggas that you know, like, nah, this my nigga, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got any of them relationships new, like that since you went to school and stuff?
Like niggas you met and you like, yo,
it's genuine vibes, like shit like that.
Yeah, man, my man Leo, man. Man Leo, man. He just, the way he talked, the way he moved, like he ain't soft. You can't just beat him up. You're not bullying him, you're not finessing him. He's not going for that. And he ain't a troublemaker, he ain't gonna start problems. I didn't see him, he didn't really like. He had a girlfriend. That's the only girl I seen the whole time. You feel me? Like shit, little shit like that. Like his character was like different. I ain't gonna lie. Like it made me look at him different. Like, yo, damn, like nigga in college, you got Jones jumping. It's not like he couldn't get girls. They chasing him. Feel me? Light skin, like light eyes and shit. Like, so his character, and I remember we kicking it one time. We might be in the cafeteria. A girl just bashing her man. You feel me? I'm laughing though. Like I ain't laughing, but I'm like. I am laughing, which it could have been wrong because I'm only laughing because the way she's saying it is like, girl, I know you, like, you about to be with him tomorrow. So that's how I'm laughing, you feel me? But it could have been taken as if like almost some shit like laughing with her. Like, oh, he ain't shit, you feel me? But my man's like, Leo, like, yo, honestly, don't bring him up without him being here. Yeah. And I respected that so much. I had to shut the whole laughing down. Like, nah, you right.
Did you feel a little like, he
shouldn't be talking. You really shouldn't be talking about this nigga in front of us. But you know you can't stop a woman. But I'm like, she shouldn't. Yeah. I should have shut it down off rip. I'm like, damn. Because it could have been mistaken as if I'm laughing with her. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I should have been shut that shit down. But that let me see what type of person he was off of that. Character, word up.
Yeah, that's a good one right there. So now, let me ask you about this. How is it with the Jones? Because now, you know, these bitches be in 5 different relationships at once. How do you know when you know what I mean?
That's a good question. I ain't gonna lie, yo. You gotta really, like, this speak for the youngest too, like, coming up, like, who putting your heart into a woman and shit like that, like, really putting your all into it. It's always, no, people ain't perfect. Feel me? And it's all about what you can deal with. Like me personally, can I deal with a woman cheating on me? Nah, I'm not gonna lie, I can't do it. I ain't strong enough. But some people can. I'm not gonna judge you about it because you might really. Some dudes look at it like this. I fucked up too, so she can fuck up. Real shit. Some niggas look at it like that. Me personally, as a man, I'm not strong enough. I'm not even gonna hold you because I'm like, yo, our experience was our experience with each other. And that's what God brought us together for. And then I guess we got to go our own ways. And it might hurt me more than it hurt for real. Like, damn, like damn. She used to do everything. Another nigga got to fuck with her. Like,
gotta be a strong.
Can't go back. Yo, it's a lot of strong niggas.
Yeah. Now, but would you call that tender?
Doing what?
You said, you know what I mean? Is that tender shit or not? That's your bitch. Like, if this your main joint, is that being tender if she get hit by another nigga and you mad and shit and you leave her? Like, that's some bullshit.
And that's my main?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't nothing tender about that. You can't make
and you go back to what I'm saying. That's some tender shit. It's kind of tender. You supposed to, bro, she take another me, it's over. It's supposed to be caged right there where you stand. Now, I was just talking to my pops about this, right? Sitting here watching this TV show. They building a house together, this couple. nice house, man.
Yeah.
600,000 plus,
Yeah.
man. You know what I mean? The house building shit, right? They asked the lady, do you want to start the demolition? You go hit the wall, knock the first wall down. This lady married, about to get a new house with her husband. She said, "Oh, let me put a picture of my ex up and hit it. Give me my fucking half of the money. Go ahead, do what you was gonna do. You know what I mean? Cause why? That's some bullshit, ain't it? Ain't that some bullshit? Yo, bitch, we've been together
and you think about your ex
for 30 years plus, married, about to get a new crib.
You know what's so funny though? That you say
my ex. Yeah.
You know what's so funny about that? How you look at it is the same way I look at it. I could be around a girl kicking it, you feel me? And the way she talk about her old nigga will let you know how she really feels. Like, damn, you hate that nigga that much? And certain women got reasons to, you feel me? But you will hear the situations like, yeah, he cheated on me.
How you feel about women who bash men like that, OD? What do that tell you?
When they bash men, OD?
Is that a red flag for you? Like, say if she was fucking with this nigga heavy, but now she talking about the nigga dirty and all this shit on Facebook, like she playing Facebook heavy on him and shit like that.
Bapping.
Red flag.
That's how I feel about him. They be bapping. Meaning, you already know, like, she's still fucking him probably. When a woman talking like that, yo, they be still fucking him. Women would be like, yo, you'll be surprised what women will do. They'll catch a nigga on some DL shit and still fuck with him. Go through his phone, see some shit, they'll still fuck with him. And they might expose him too. And I know that women will. Not all women, but more than what you think. Like, you would think, oh, rip, like, they see some shit like that. Oh, no, you put my health at risk. Nah, that ain't enough. Once they feelings attached and they feelings involved, they're like, well, he only did that.
But would you mess with a joint that did that in the past, aired or beat it out?
Nah, that ain't my type.
That's your type, right?
That ain't my type. Just because I be wanting to air shit out about anybody, you feel me? Like, I might be going through something with my boy, you feel me? I ain't gonna say my boy. I might be going at it with somebody. Do I want to air them out? Probably. But is it soft to do that? Probably. You feel me? Is it smart to do that? Hell no. So
you'll regret it later.
Don't let people, you never let people, like, anytime I'm dealing with a woman, my advice to her is be like, yo, keep people out of what we got going on. You don't tell your friends everything. That's leverage. Just, I ain't gonna tell my friends everything. That's leverage. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Meaning, like, but the niggas I'm around, the people I be around, I don't even feel like that about. But you might slip up and tell somebody, you feel me? You might tell them, they could tell somebody else on an accident. You feel me? Like, oh yeah, leverage. So certain stuff I ain't even speaking on. You feel me? And I feel like that my lady, she should do the same.
Can your lady celebrate her ex-death date if he passed?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not that tender. It depends on the situation. I'm not that tender. If they was together, locked in, and he ended up dying and she got with me, I can't be mad. She was a loyal woman. She sounded like she was a good girl. That's the only nigga she was fucking with. And she still celebrating him after he died. Some women, a nigga died, they fucking the next day. Yeah. No, what? They doing that. As soon as a nigga died, they posting him and it might be a nigga he don't fuck with. Or it might be his man's. That's how it be, for real. So.
Okay. Now, that's if they die while he's together. But now, how you feel about this? Y'all been together. He's still living and everything, but he having to die while y'all together, and she crying and shit like that. How you feel about that?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like she got the right. I ain't gonna say she should be crying, but I ain't gonna feel too bad about it because we people at the end of the day. Like, somebody died.
You still did have love for him, right?
You might have a John that you was fucking on the side back in the day. That you like, I ain't really care about her. She died. I don't know if you're gonna shed a tear, but you're like, damn, so really died. She was a cool person. Like, yo, you should really have real combos with her. Even though I never went to a real relationship, you like, I used to have real combos with her. And that should have you looking at her like, damn, she really died. Yo, that's fucked up. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel that. Damn, man. See, you always got a good perspective on shit. See, that's a good thing right there. I like that because a lot of niggas would be like, nah, my bitch. See, like, nigga, you gotta think we all human, like you said, like, nigga. might have had something you lost in the past that you didn't lose it on your you lost. You know what I mean? You didn't want to lose that, but you lost it on your watch.
Yeah,
like,
and
you know what I mean?
You
got caught doing something. You didn't want to leave her.
As men, right? I mean, as a women, she could have hated him, and she still might shed a tear. You feel me? It's like a parent you never knew. You find out some shit, you fake be hurt because you be like, damn, like they're never gonna be here. You never gonna hear their voice. You'll never hear his voice again. You feel me? Even if you ain't really what's her name, like y'all wasn't really dealing with each other. You ain't wanted to end like that. You know, the way it went.
Okay, so now that's a good question too. How you feel, right? Y'all got beef. Like how if it's fuck you while you alive, is it fuck you while you dead? Like Fulio and them?
Sometimes, yeah. Not even gonna hold you.
What do that depend on?
Depend on what happened to me and my partner, like on this side. So
even if you got back, or if it's no get back involved, then you could feel like fuck you.
Somebody like the dude from Texas who got chased down with his daughter and his child, right? It'll never be closure. For me personally, or anybody on his family either. Honestly, kids involved, nobody off limits. Nobody off limits. Nobody off limits.
How you feel about that? Kids getting shot, women getting shot. Ain't kids and women supposed to be off limits? Like I know the zones in Florida play by different rules, but I didn't know it really go by city to city the rules like this. Texas, they not caring right now. They winging.
Well, when you get into these down south states where they just shooting, they not even trying to catch a head tap or see who in the car, see him get in the car and get up on them, where they just chasing people down on the highway, blinded, running against traffic, then stuff like that gonna happen. You're gonna hit innocence because you ain't thinking nothing through. You just moving off emotions, moving off hype and rap stuff, where in all reality, like RP Draco, you know me, rapper from LA. This ain't GTA.
Yeah.
Niggas crying while they in jail. What he say in the song? He said, niggas crying up in jail while I'm all up in the cell. Nigga, this ain't GTA. Nigga, you shot, he said you shot a nigga from the police station, bro.
Well, don't you think someone would have empathy when they see a kid, you would stop shooting or something? Or do you think they be pilled up on these missions so it don't matter?
I'm gonna tell you what's really going on. They nervous and scared. So you run into an area, it's 10 niggas outside, you don't see the 3 kids.
Or is it also could be my bad, but once you shooting, it's like fuck it, we already doing it. We going down or we going what's called either way. So you think they just think like fuck it?
I don't think it'd be intentional hitting kids. You shooting machine guns, fullies sometimes.
Yeah.
You ain't controlling that.
Yeah, the switch changed the game.
And definitely, yeah, that shit different. And then you talking about niggas pulling up, they see 15 people outside. They're like, okay, I see your boy who owe me money right there. I'm gonna go get him. So are you just gonna shoot him or you gonna hit everybody so you don't get shot at?
Hey, I'm a civilian.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about how like
I know what you mean.
That's probably how they thinking, but
because you know
they don't.
But why wouldn't you just say, I don't have to hit everybody. This is my enemy. I'll just catch him another time. There's no I catch him another time.
Youngins ain't doing their homework no more. And I'm speaking like I'm an old head, like a super old head, but I just know.
No, but you could say youngins because like the dudes on my pod, I just interviewed some dudes Marvin, like they said, I just asked them about their shit. They're like, I asked them, I don't know if you've seen it. Can this shit be resolved with a fist fight? They said, bro, it's 13-year-olds out here with buttons. So you can call these niggas YNs because like we said, this shit is going from 13 to whatever. Right. So you can call them youngins. But yeah, how you feel about it with the switches and all this shit, or the young YNs doing this shit with no remorse?
Man, the parents got it.
Is it the parents, or do you blame the music and the video games like GTA? And then
I blame it all. Even like my generation, the older generation, I blame it all. It all play a part. But I ain't gonna lie, at 14, you kind of know. Like I ain't gonna say.
Nah, 14. You can't say no because your brain ain't fully developed till you're 25.
Yeah,
so you can't go with that no more.
You ain't fully developed, but I'm saying this. You know, you had uncles and shit. If you do this, you're gonna get a lot of time. They smart enough to know that. But they just feel like, well, it don't matter right now. You know what I'm saying?
But what about the kid that grew up with grandma and mom? auntie and them. They don't got no dudes in their life, so they got to play this extra tough role. They don't know about that.
Yo, you right. And I'm not. You know what's so crazy? One thing about life, we got no sympathy for nobody. So half of the time, some of these dudes don't be in the wrong the way they live in the how it's going on or how they giving it up. It's
product of the environment.
Product of the environment, and more so like they really don't. Some of them really don't know no better. But once you win it, you win it. Because once you're doing grown man game, once you playing grown man games, it's too late. You can't really go backwards now. Once you're in the grown man business, it's over. You shoot at a few people, it's like that's always out there now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Unless people just like, yo, it's always gonna be talked about.
Dang. Yeah, I don't like the sound of the wines with the buttons and all that type of shit, man, because truthfully, it's like, who would even hand a kid that younger? Who would even sell a kid that younger gun? You gotta be like, you really money hungry.
A lot of people out here money hungry. So, shit, this dude's prostituting little kids, so it ain't no different. You feel me?
But they gotta look at it like this. Maybe they don't got kids, but they like, I just handed that little 13-year-old nigga a gun. Nigga, my little son go to that school. Who really know? You ain't ask a little nigga who he beefing with before you sold him the gun. What if he go to school and hit your son now? Like, they not thinking about shit like that.
You know why? I can tell you why. It's getting passed down. Hey, big bro, you could buy me a pole? A 15-year-old going to buy the pole. But he going to buy it from a nigga who's 17. 17-year-old buying it from a nigga who's 20 or 19. So it's getting passed down. Or if you 19 or 18, you're a couple years older just to have control, a little bit of control, because you got somebody controlling you. You want a little dominance too, right?
Yeah.
Here, take this, little bro. You know I'm here for you. Get busy. Knowing young and catch a body, keep it real. Young and catch a body, juvenile life.
Come on, 21.
You come home good. You young. You come home with status.
Like Pop Smoke, dude.
So that's how they gonna tell them.
But then, like Pop Smoke, dude, they came home and went right back though. Now you in this cycle of jail, a vicious cycle.
Young crash outs. They was young crash outs. You cut off your bracelet online and all that. They must have been scared, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if anybody gonna do something or retaliate on them, or maybe they just got enemies. But it sounded like they were scared to me. You cut off your bracelet for no real reason or no real. I don't know. They let you come home off a body. What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
You in the game. What more can and you want more people and you got caught? What more can you ask for if they let you back home? Some people never ever come home.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of older dudes from DC that came up in that around that Alpo era and a little bit after that, who caught bodies at 15, 16, 14, and they had to do that whole 20 as kids. And then come out in the world and try to act like it's normal. Like it ain't normal now. Like
nothing normal about that.
Nothing.
That's a big ass jump too. So you think about a dude like Gangsta Williams who went to jail in the early 90s and come home to iPhones and Teslas and things like that. How hard do you think it is for them to adjust? Because not all of them, because see him, he thriving now, but the average dude, how hard do you think it is for him to adjust?
For the average dude, because
you got to think they ain't been through school, probably not the brightest. So how is it coming home trying to work that iPhone and all this stuff?
When they come home, they're gonna have to get one of them programs that put you up to help you out for real.
ABC Mouse type shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Of those too. Yeah. So you ain't gonna really know. You ain't gonna really know nothing until hopefully they got a woman behind the wall putting them on, keeping them up to date. But if they don't got that, they in trouble. For real.
Now, how many dudes you think got a woman behind the wall that they call and they spitting that Mac to and they get that bread? How many dudes out of 10 on the yard you think got it like that? Because now we listen to the rap, dudes don't talk to girls no more and shit like that. Like a lot of niggas act like they don't even like girls. So how you think they surviving in jail? You think how many you think out of 10 on the yard got somebody they could talk to every day?
Got somebody or just got a woman like a partner?
Got somebody they could like multiple Johns, like that's holding them down while they behind the wall.
Not many. I don't think it's not many. Just because a mom, if you and the girl was on bad terms, before you went in, you already know what time it is.
Mm.
Feel me? So a dude like that, I don't care if he was paying for the bills, paying all that shit. If they wasn't seeing eye to eye, that's what it's gonna be at. You feel me? And then it come from certain dudes who when they be like, yo, every time I bid, I can't talk to nobody because I don't want to be tender behind the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's men that go in there thinking like that, like, yo, I'm not even gonna commit myself to nothing because I know she can't do 10 years with me. She ain't walking out this thing with me, so I just gotta, feel me, speak to who I speak to when I can. And then there's other dudes who they relationship dudes right over the phone. They trying to set up a million different women, a million different shit from when they come home. They don't care if it's 20 years from now. They still try to line it up.
Now, I want you to tell them about this, right? Because we both went to college. We both had fun, did 4 years and shit like that. Tell them about the difference between the youngins that watch and shit. Tell them the difference about the possibility between going to jail for 4 years or for some dumb shit or going to college for 4 years. The differences that you can achieve and the most fun you can have versus the bullshit.
All right, so going to prison for 4 years, you definitely you ain't gonna be the same when you come out. I'm gonna say that. And I never been, so I'm going off with other people's experiences that I know.
Yeah, we got homies and shit that we know. We see how they
family, you know, multiple family members, multiple friends. You feel me? So you're not gonna be the same
because the stories is different. That's what I want to get to. I don't think they realize how much college could really like open your head up to other shit versus you do this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo,
there's just a lot of shit young niggas coming out and doing at a young age. Like I was just watching on First 48, nigga that's 18 caught a body. And that just made me think like, imagine you 18, you catch a body versus you 18 and you going to school. Like, damn. His life versus the nigga that's going to school life, that nigga's about to have the best time of his life for the next 4 years first. He's gonna have out of his bit, he's gonna have his first 4 years gonna be so fucking rough. Like, so just tell him like, yeah, how you was going with the thing.
I'm gonna say this. The real question is, you ain't going to college, what you gonna do? You hustling? Like, is you getting money? If you're not getting money, why you not going to college?
Everybody should go for at least a year. That's what I think.
I feel like go experience it.
Because your freshman year gonna be the best anyway, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Your freshman and your senior.
Because it's going.
And your senior is low key gonna reciprocate your freshman.
I don't know
about y'all, but
go back to his
senior year low key reciprocates your freshman, and it mean more. Because like, damn, this is my last year. Like me, I sit there and reminisce about school. Like, I nigga get sad thinking about the good times he had at college. Like, that life is different. Like a lot of people don't really understand that life. Like, bro, they think they got stories. The people that didn't go to school, right, and they working and all that, and was home, shit, goddamn good. They think they got stories. They do not have the stories that a college nigga like us has. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, that really.
I'm gonna start here. You ain't dealt with more women than dude who went to college. I'm trying to tell you that.
Even not even just that though. Like,
no, I just got to throw it out there.
That,
you ain't dealt with more. You ain't dealt. If a dude average or cool and he go to college, he gonna be the man.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't have to be that in high school. You get to college, you gonna be the man. That's how it goes. So your life experience is not gonna be the same unless you're a drug dealer, like, or big time scammer. That's the only way you can compare it. And a scammer lifestyle gonna be on the same as a nigga who cool in school. If you the man in your class,
not even really though, because you got to think. Even when you're home, you come home and look. It ain't all these different things running around like it is at school
at all. And even when you come home, you're gonna be the man. That's the crazy part. You ain't when you go to school. Like,
I just don't be thinking they get it because people be trying to tell me these things, and I be like, all I gotta say, yo, I went through what's called, bro. Like, stop playing. You know what I mean? I did 4 years solid. Like, bro, my story is your story is different. Because another thing people don't know about college is you will get tried. Sometimes you gotta put on that school. You know what I mean? Like, a nigga try you. So that's what I'm saying. My guys, like, you really become. That's when you really find out who you are. Really living on your own and shit. Like,
no, that's
you be at college broke, but you gonna
fact.
find a way to eat because you don't want students sending food every day. You
want
to go get you a bottle and shit like that.
I didn't look at it like that because you back home, you still might be at mommy house. You know me? You ain't go to college. College ain't no mommy house. You in college. So ain't no rules for real. You really could do and be whoever you want to.
It's a big you at college.
You could You could be whoever you want to be at college. So if you want to be a fake tough gangster, this and that and third, you could be that.
And you'll be surprised that because college really got a lot of those. This is what I'm saying. At college, you can get tried. You come across a nigga like me that just want to go to class. I'm telling you, I got my sweats, my MCM bag and shit, right? I'm quiet. I be in the rec just doing my thing, and the nigga might, you know what I mean? You might get tried.
Nah, you might get tried for sure.
So you got to put on, especially when you coming from a town like I am, right? Where I'm in Jersey. Nobody ever heard of where we from. So now I'm around Newark, Camden, all this shit, right?
Stuff.
I gotta put on times 10. When I get
you gotta show,
when I go there, I gotta put on times 10.
You gotta show them.
Because they automatically gonna try me because they don't know where I'm from. Because this is what I remember. My first week of college, niggas is having this the topic. Whose city the most dangerous? I'm out of that conversation. I'm not even in that one.
Yeah,
but it's Newark, Camden, Bristol, all in there. They popping their shit like, nah, nigga, we. But bro, what I'm thinking is we all at school. Y'all niggas chill. Let's just all be the school nigga. Like, feel me? That's the one thing I didn't like about school, the fake tough guy element. Because me, I was never the tough guy at college. See, me, I'm in a multicultural frat. I got 120 plus white brothers. And I'm not even saying white like that, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Nigga, that shit, college is for way different shit than coming there to be a tough guy.
Yeah, nah, it's a lot of dudes.
So it's a lot of experiences
pretenders
and get yourself into that school.
Yeah, for sure. You could be anybody you want to be in college. That. So if you don't know yourself, it could lead you on something else. But if you go on the right path, this is what the YNs don't know, that all the shit you would do in the streets, you would do in college. It's just that either way you get caught. This nigga's doing the same shit in college, hustling, trying to get it back.
And it's way less loose in college.
Word up. And
you'd rather deal with university police than the real police, nigga.
Nah, for real. Some niggas seeing their best money on the campus. You feel me? Like, niggas go back home and it's like, man, I gotta clock in now. Fuck it. Trap booming. You got some bud, trap booming. You know what I mean? You get the what's it there. You like, shit.
You know, niggas that trap booming at school, man.
For real though, like, yo, I know people that drink for the first time. I ain't bragging on it, but I'm just letting you know your experiences.
College having everything.
It bring the personality out of you. Whatever that's in you is gonna bring it out of you.
And you know who didn't have freedom at home because they come to school and go crazy. They drinking. They go on the Thursday parties, Friday parties, and Saturday morning parties, and they gonna hit the Saturday night party. That's how you know. Nah, that's the motherfucker that was at home, wasn't allowed to do nothing and shit like that. They come to school and they can't control themselves.
They do too much.
Or a nigga come to school and get girl crazy.
Bro,
girl come to school get boy crazy.
Yeah,
shit like that.
You got a girl in your
Niggas
room every night.
Get fat. Shit like that.
You got a girl in your room every night, nigga. You wasn't getting no ass. Not saying I ain't gonna say that, but I'm gonna just say, damn, you don't got no time for yourself though. Like, same girl every night. You got a roommate in here.
Yeah.
You ain't even thinking about your roommate. You like, damn,
that's some selfish shit.
He don't want to see her every day. You feel me? And she ain't cleaning up.
And it's invasive joints at school. I told you, should I say it?
Yo.
Yo. I don't know if she watched the pod. I ain't gonna say her name.
If it's years back, it's years
back. You got your own dorm. Don't shit in mine. Yo. Because we had a rule in my dorm, right? You shit, nigga, you better turn the shower on. Well, because the rooms is close. So I don't want to hear nothing and I don't want none of them niggas. Turn the shower on, spray some soap on the bottom of the tub and shit, right? Shorty went in there, turn the shower on at 4 p.m. You couldn't make it to your dorm? Yo, don't do that in front of me. Yo, we ain't even locked in like that. Like, yo.
She ain't know the rules. She ain't know the rules. Look, she ain't know the rules. Yeah.
Too comfortable.
Way too comfortable. Oh,
you want shit here?
I ain't that grown yet.
Yo, I ain't that grown.
I ain't that grown yet.
You cannot shit around me until hell no.
I ain't that
college though. You shit around? Yo, I couldn't believe it.
Dookie folded.
But what fucked me up? Yo, nah. But what fucked me up is my dumb ass went back there to really see if she did it. Yo, bitch. Yo, you really did it?
Nah, yeah.
Yo. Oh, nah, you different.
I done had a situation, right? It's me and my roommate, right? I'm dealing with a girl. We at her crib. This nigga, he go in the bathroom and go pee. He like, hey, yo, so-and-so left big ass piece of dookie in the toilet. I'm like, bro, why you even tell me this shit? That shit threw me off.
And it was your thing? Your joint?
Yeah. Yeah, and she looked like that too. You feel me? She was that. You feel me? So I'm just like, man, she just threw me off.
Man,
I ain't that girl. Look, yeah, she
can't help us sometimes.
He said that shit wasn't even.
Yo, yeah, nah, it's crazy. Yo, the craziest shit ever, right?
With that, yeah.
This the craziest shit ever, right? Me and F one day, right? This like 2019. We got some things coming through, right? We smoking and shit. Shorty run out the room, but I just hear like pressure hitting against something metal. I'm like, yo, ain't no way that shit leaving her stomach like that. I'm like, yo, if she's shitting like that, she gotta leave. Because we were sitting on my bed. I'm like, she can't come back in and sit on my bed again if she's shitting like that. I would have might have rather been shit. She couldn't make it to the toilet and threw up in the sink outside because how the bathroom was set up is the sinks is outside and then when it's a door and it's a toilet and a shower.
I know what you're talking about.
She threw up in the sink and our sink already wasn't good. We had problems. Making come and get it's full of thought, right? But what's so crazy is
who get that up?
We got our roommate, right? He in a fraternity, so he just happened to always party on Wednesday nights. So it's a Wednesday night she did this, right? But he be coming home hammered. So like I said, throw up in there, right? Shorty gotta leave. But I'm thinking like, yo, me and F like, who gonna clean that shit up though? Because I really just brushed my teeth in the kitchen sink. Like I ain't cleaning that shit up. She threw up and left. She's savage. But I fake kicked her out because that was some crazy. Like, yo, come on, you couldn't make it to the toilet. Yo, just the fill up the throw was. I'm fucked up thinking.
I'm about to throw up too.
But yo, but like I said, he always come home drunk Wednesday nights. He's so hammered. Thursday morning is still there, right? I'm like, I go to class, come back, shit spotless. He come in the room like, yo, my bad about last night, man. I was sauced. I threw up in the sink. He thinking he did it.
Thank you, my man. Look,
thank you. He thinking he did it, but I'm fucking with. I'm telling him like, oh shit, bro, nah, that wasn't you good looking. Somebody had did that shit. I'm like, we had this girl out there. He like, oh fuck, dude, he said that. I thumbed it out with my eyes and shit all over my thumb. I had to bowl it out. Yo, he was pissed at me. Bro ain't talking to me for like 2 weeks. He bowled it out, but the shit was all on his hand. He thinking it's his. We ain't got no gloves in the crib, but he thinking it's his. So he just gonna go ahead and bowl it out. But what I'm thinking is, did you throw that ball out? Fuck your head, nigga. Did you throw that fucking ball out, nigga?
Wait, you know that way I forget.
Yo.
He might have kept it too, because he like, it's fine.
He like, oh, dude, fuck. yeah, that shit was all over my hand. Hey, yo, that shit had me crying.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna hold you wrong for that, though.
But nah, this why
I never told you.
This why I told him, no, because he used to come home. Nah, he used to come home drunk, doing dumb shit. Nigga peed on the floor twice and shit. So that's what I'm saying. Every Wednesday,
I ain't never had a roommate like
every
that.
other Wednesday night, he do some bullshit. So it was no surprise. Feel me? It was no surprise that he thinking throw up in the couch. You feel me? I mean, throw up in the sink. He thinking it's his. But nah, his roommate almost fucked him up for peeing on the floor because he peed in the middle of this shit, like the middle of this section. Like they had their bet because my boy put me on game freshman year. How to set your room up if you got a roommate, right? You know they got the closets that you can move.
You put it in the middle. That's what everybody do. Put your shirts up, stick it to the wall.
Feel me? So now it's like 2 rooms.
What?
He go in front of the closets and pee. Dude, I happen to
imagine stepping in that. I ain't gonna.
How you think he noticed it was pee? How you think he noticed it was pee?
We're gonna talk about it after though. We could be friends and cool after that though.
But he winging on him. He got him.
Yeah, nah,
picking, spanning the floor. Yo, get that shit up.
Clean it up.
He
and you gotta wash my socks.
Look,
imagine stepping in
300. Yo, he winging 6'4", he winging like yo. I really yo.
I can throw you out the window, nigga.
Yo, that shit was bad.
Dude. Nah, I can't imagine that though. I ain't gonna lie. Stepping in that, you gotta wash my socks too. Like
stepping in it wasn't even the bad part to me though. I feel like that motherfucking.
Stepping in it.
Throw up.
Nah, I wasn't playing with that throw up either though.
Yeah, he bowled that shit out. Yo, I felt bad, but I'm like, nah, that shit had to be clean though, bro. Okay.
You had to let him know. You crazy.
I had to.
Because
He's already doing bullshit on Wednesday.
Damn, yo. Like,
Nah, he was already doing bullshit on
he was
Wednesday.
drunk as hell, yo. I gassed it. He really thought he did that. But you had to let him know. Nah, nigga, got you.
Yeah, got you. Don't be coming home that soft.
This is how it's going to end up.
Feel me? But yo, that was a great one, man. At this point, man, 00. John switched to great one, not the fake one, man. We're going to be back with another one. We definitely going to have bro on again. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. You already know what it is.
You already.
Hazie Vision, man. We back.